Hi guys, today I'm going to be talking about if your piercing is infected. Not always is it infecting if it is red. Sometimes it's just due to the time that you've had it done. So I'll talk through it all and tell you if it's infected what to do. Hopefully it'll be quite helpful with this. So I will get started. First you've got to stand in front of the mirror and observe your piercing if you're not sure if it's right or not. Depending on how long you've had it. You've got to think how long you've had it. Your piercing's not going to come infected straight off. If your piercer is a good reputable piercer that's had sterilisation of everything, you're not going to get infection. As soon as you walk out of them doors, you're going to end up, it's your responsibility, you're going to have to look after it. So you need to look at it and observe and see and consider how long you've had it done. If it's a week, then you might have come across a little bit of infection to it, but don't panic. Don't go straight to A&E because you're slightly infected. There's things you can do. So you've also got to think of where it is, such as your ears, your belly button, your lip, and certain other places where I don't want to say, but you can get a grip. If it's anywhere like that, if they've got higher risk of infection, and it's got to be taken with care, because such as your lip, you're constantly eating, or you are eating quite a lot. Your tongue, the same thing. Food can get in there, it can get inside that hole, and it can cause a little bit of infection. If you smoke as well, that's another one. Juice, things like nipples and belly button, that can be because they're not open to the air all the time. It's because they're covered up. As soon as you cut yourself or something like that, the air helps it to clean it, well, to cover it and to protect it. Now if you keep that belly button covered or your nipples covered, and it is difficult with nipples, you're going to cause more infection because your clothing's rubbing against them. It's going to cause irritation, it might cause a bit of infection towards it. Other piercings though, not too bad. And the biggest one of this part is, have you pierced it yourself? Now if you've pierced it yourself, you've got about a 50% more risk of getting it infected than if you go to somewhere. I know a lot of people pierce themselves, and it is a stupid idea to do if you are not a qualified piercer, because you don't know. They think wanging it in some salt water is sterilising it. It isn't. It's got to go to such a temperature, it's got to be clean, it's got to be in pouch until you use it. People just stick them in the body. You don't know what you can catch if that's gonorrhea, hepatitis, STIs, STDs. There's lots of different things you can catch. And also, it's about knowing where it can be. So that's kind of an infection in its own. Also, check for the redness around your piercing. Most of the time, a fresh piercing will obviously be a little bit more red than your normal body, or even a little bit pink. The redness will not go away straight away. It'll become darker and form more of a bruise before it goes finally away. But if it's red and it's getting darker but it's getting sore, that could be an infection. So that's something to take on. Look at the swelling around your piercing as well. If the area around your piercing is usually unusually swelled, or it's for an extended period of time, for like a month or something, it's more of a sign that it's going to be infected. Your swelling should go down within a couple of days, weeks at the most. It shouldn't be there for months. Your body swells up to protect the part of your body, but it shouldn't be there for more than a couple of weeks. So if it's swollen for about a month or so, it could be infection as well. Look for any discharge or pus. There's a difference between discharge and pus. If it's a discharge, it can be perceived to be infection, but it isn't. It's the way that your body heals, and it's called lymph or plasma. That's the best two ways of saying it. Lymph and plasma are your body liquids healing your piercing, and it's helping to get used to it. But a lot of people go, it's infected, it is infected. Now if you haven't got the first lot of thinking about, it's probably not infected, it's probably just that. You might get a little bit yellow crusting around that piercing. If you have, that's great, it's healing, it's doing well. Now for your pus, it's more of a yellow, creamy, quite sticky kind of it's the same as a discharge, but it'll be very warm to touch as well. So that's quite a big sign that it's infected. But if it's just discharge of your lymph, it should be either clear or a clear yellow colour. So there's a difference. If it's quite opaque, yellowy green, it's infection. If it's like a yellow to clear, it's this, just your body healing. Now also, you recognise the lymph because it can be as well white as well, and it performs a crust around the opening of your piercing. If that is it, all you have to do